Hey church, Pastor Gary here with today's Overflow reading. I'm in Acts chapter 24 and we're reading through the New Testament this year, 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And I just found a passage today very encouraging. Chapter 24, Paul is on trial before the governor. Back then, the governor was a pretty influential person. He held a lot of power. He was one that Paul should have been pretty intimidated by, and yet Paul is not. Right? They have the trial and they can't find a reason to sentence Paul, to find him guilty of anything, really. But because Felix wants to impress the Jews, right? He holds Paul in prison. For a couple of years, he holds him in prison. And while he's there, he brings Paul out to kind of teach him about this way that Paul is a part of. Verse 24 says it this way. Felix brings his wife, and who's Jewish, and they want to listen to Paul talk about this faith in Christ. So verse 25 says, as Paul talked about righteousness, self-control, and the judgment to come, Felix was afraid and said, that's enough for now. You may leave. When I find it convenient, I'll send for you. He was afraid because of the gospel. He was afraid because of the cross. The cross is always going to be an offense to sin. The cross will always offend sin. We as a church, we don't need to apologize for that. We don't want to be the offense either. We don't want to be the one that offends people. Paul did it with grace. He did just as he was told. You want to know about Jesus? I'll come and tell you about Jesus. You want to send me back to my cell? I'll go back to my cell. Do it with humility. But the cross, the resurrection, is what made Felix afraid, because Felix was living outside of the gospel. Don't be afraid to let Christ be the offense to folks. Don't feel like you have to hide it. You don't have to sugarcoat the gospel. Jesus is okay with offending people. We're okay with loving people. It's a perfect combination for a powerful church. Anyway, that's what I see it, how I see it today. How about you? I'd encourage you to share your thoughts with me. I'd love to hear it. God bless you. Have a fantastic day.